That idiot Elon Musk.
Oh.
That guy, like, he's going to, like, who evidently is a Nazi. Like, I just refuse to believe that it was an accidental 2-time Sieg Heil.
You don't like to see it. We're going to cover here great comedian. I think he's still a great comedian. Bill Burr, go from more of a reasonable person with some kind of base takes, as they say, to becoming kind of now crazy leftist. Let's start with him in the past, talking about cancel culture.
20 people with a hashtag can get like a news story going now. And I just don't think there's no problem. Like the amount of times somebody tells a joke and they'll say that there's a controversy at a comedy club. That's funny is they'll show the clip on the news and like you hear the crowd laughing. So the comic is basically guilty of telling a joke that worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then if you put it on the news, yeah, it's going to be a completely different context. But I mean, I don't go on stage.
It's easy to be against cancel culture now. Bill Burr was, from what I remember, one of the first to publicly be really against it when it wasn't that popular yet.
And worry about what people are thinking. I mean, if you can choose to take a comedian seriously, but that doesn't mean that I now meant the joke. And you can start saying that there's statements, you know?
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Here are a couple more short clips of him calling out cancel culture.
You know, you go back into somebody's Twitter account 8 years and find a bad tweet, and they're like, this is who this guy is. This guy's an asshole. And it's like, I always looked at it like, you had to go back 8 years before this guy was an asshole. That's an amazing, like, Lou Gehrig run of not being an asshole. If you went 7 years, like, this guy was totally cool, but in 2014, oh, you know, that one random Wednesday, he was really in a mood.
And then one more. Here he's talking about when Shane Gillis, a fellow comedian, was canceled from Saturday Night Live.
Do they go back and also try to look at good things that the person might have done, or are they just looking for the bad stuff? Is it you just scroll through, help cat out of a tree? That's not it. Help grandmother walk across the street? That's not it. You know, said something on a podcast. There it is.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, you could do that. You could honestly do that to anybody. So I don't get it. And then I don't get if you say something like that, you can't work in a sketch show, but like it's okay from what? He can work at a lumber yard?
Yeah.
You know? He's certainly going to meet more Asians there, right?
So look, the things he's saying are not really political. It's just the things he said lately, which I'll switch to now, they're pretty unhinged, some of these statements.
What if we made it worse, but made it look the same?
Yeah.
Then could our pools be bigger?
Not
Free
okay.
Luigi!
Yeah, they
So, I mean, comedians can always say, oh, I'm just joking. I don't know if that's a joke, but even if it is, I do not think that is a great joke. I'm not here to defend the insurance industry, but you cannot be doing what Luigi is accused of. Now we'll get to the relatively recent appearance of Bill Burr on Jimmy Kimmel's show talking about the California wildfires. This is like the first time where I thought, man, Bill Burr seems to just be going crazy leftist.
You know, the fire was coming and all that stuff, so I feel lucky.
Are you guys back in?
And I think everybody did a great job.
Yeah.
Unlike the internet, you know?
Yeah, right. I know. It's right.
Oh, my God. All of these fire experts. Why didn't you just fly a helicopter into the ocean? And then just, I don't know, because there was 100-knot winds?
What are people supposed to do, though? People are going to comment on what is happening. It was a huge event. My main critique with his entire take here, well, I'll finish the clip, I guess.
You want to do that? You want to do that at night, you lunatic?
How are you?
This was definitely mismanaged.
That's a big word we're hearing now.
Mismanaged, like some idiot on the internet knows how to manage the worst.
Look, a lot of people way smarter than me had pretty credible theories for some potential mismanagement, and that's what's supposed to happen. When something like that happens, you just want everyone to be like, everything is great. Every expert did a great job, and we cannot improve any bit on this. Bill Burr is just like, his take on this is basically, just shut up and listen to the experts.
Fire in L.A., sitting there in his underwear. You know what? Looking at the footage on the internet, I have determined that this here was mismanaged.
Look, he's just starting to sound like an out-of-touch old rich guy who's like, made his money, got the fame, now no one touch anything, everything's fine, the system works great. Okay, now we're gonna get to this final clip. This is pretty much the reason I want to make this video. I just think this sounds like Trump derangement syndrome.
And realize that it's a select few group of nerds okay, eating raw almonds and doing their stupid workouts and everything and just competing with each other to have the biggest infinity pool, and the rest of us are getting pushed down. And they've politicized the whole stupid thing, and we're falling for it.
And who's the they? Besides people who eat almonds?
That idiot Elon Musk,
Oh.
that guy, like he's going to, like, who evidently is a
I
Nazi.
mean, Elon Musk is an idiot. I mean, he just said something more bizarre, but Elon Musk is an idiot is like such a tell for Trump derangement syndrome. How could you possibly think that? You could say a bunch of things about him. You could say like he has funny dances or whatever, but an idiot? He's probably like the furthest thing away from an idiot, maybe on the entire planet.
Oh.
That guy, like he's going to, like, who evidently is a Nazi. Like, I just refuse to believe that it was an accidental 2-time Sieg Heil. And he does it at a presidential inauguration. This is why I hate liberals. It's like liberals have no teeth.
And then he brings up liberals. I feel like he just brings us up to fence sit. I don't know what he's talking about.
Whatsoever. They just go, oh my God, can you believe I'm getting out of the country? I'm just like, you're going to leave the country because of one guy with dyed hair plugs and a laminated face who makes a bad car and has an obsolete social media platform? You're going to leave?
That is clearly Trump derangement syndrome. A bad car and an obsolete social media platform. What are you talking about? He doesn't make like a DeLorean and his social media platform isn't MySpace. Tesla is an incredibly successful car company, and X, Twitter, whether you like it or not, it has a ton of daily users. It's essentially where all the news kind of goes still. Obsolete. It's just clearly not true.
Why doesn't he leave? Why isn't he stopped? What are we so afraid of this guy who can't fight his way out of a wet paper bag?
You can take him on.
Like, why do liberals just sit back and not, they have nothing?
What are you doing?
This.
Okay.
This. You got to speak up about it. You don't just go like, "Oh my God, what?" Like
That's what you're doing. You're doing the exact. I don't understand. Do you understand what he's saying about the liberals? Let me know in the comments. But what is his point with the liberals? He's just going off on Elon Musk. It sounds like he's bringing up the liberals to fence sit or something.
And first of all, it's like I'm a stand-up comedian. It's not my friggin' job. I'm talking about like Democratic politicians. Where is their pushback? They're allegedly liberal. You see this guy do this thing. You know what the end result of this thing is, which all these neo-Nazis, not only are they stupid because they're neo-Nazis, they don't even look at what Hitler
What's the end result? This is getting pretty creepy.
did. He ruined their country. And this idiot, not only are they stupid because they're neo-Nazis, they don't even look at what Hitler did. He ruined their country. And this idiot is going to try to lead us down that road and then play it off and act like he didn't do what he just did. And you can get canceled.
This is delusional. This is Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, I'm sure some people watching this video are fans of his comedy, but this is unhinged stuff. He just like completely is comparing Musk to Hitler right now. And just with like, he just completely made that jump in his logic, in his statement here. And now Musk is Hitler, leading us down some dark path or whatever he said.
Canceled as a comedian for doing a friggin' Caitlyn Jenner joke, but this ass can Sieg Heil and nothing. Where are all the liberals? Where are all of these white chicks at the award shows that were speaking truth to power? Where are?
He gets criticized 24/7. So there's so much bizarreness with that statement. I don't even know if bizarreness is a word, but anyway, I'm going to finish the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, I think Bill Burr can kind of like redeem himself or whatever, but I think that has to be called out for blatant Trump derangement syndrome. But with that said, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and have a great day.